darlings, welcome. My name is Nomo and you are officially tuned in to Life with Nomo Kwabela. Hope you do stay, you subscribe and become part of this family. So today we are doing a get ready with me. So as I get ready, I'll be showing you how I install my wig, style them, and how I do my makeup. So the first part is hair installation. So as you can see, I'm wearing my wig cap. I found no reason to glue it down because, girl, I'm using a 3x3 lace wig. So since I'm using a very light wig cap, I'm just gonna go in with a compact powder of my exact shade just to tint it off a bit, especially that it is not customized. English, yes, it is not customized. So I don't want the wig cap to be showing, so I just have to do something a bit. So now to glue down the wig, I'm gonna go in with the got2b glue, and I will simply apply it on the front where the lace is. But recommendation wise, I wouldn't really advise a person to use this got2b glue. It's not that much of a strong hold. It's not like a glue that can last very long. So a tip, do allow the glue to surface and become more tacky for a kind of good secure. Anyway, as you can see, I am now placing the wig exactly where I have placed the glue. And then going in with the comb just to make sure it is very secure, as secure as it can possibly be. So please do excuse the background noise as I'm editing this video. I am at work. A girl gotta multitask, so yeah, you will be hearing background noise here and there. So I'm still using a comb just to secure this wig, and now I'm gonna use an elastic bolt just to give this wig extra security, if I might say so. But you can use a duke for this. So the second part is hairstyling, and I'm using a straightener because this wig is sort of kinda curly, not really curly but somewhere there. So I am using a straightener to straighten it up and give it this silk illusion. So now that it looks secure enough, I'm just gonna go in with a waxing stick just to lay down and tint all of the flyaways. So guys, ever since I've started using these waxing stick, my wig laying has never been better. It's like the best thing you can do for layering, styling, and whatever you want to do with your wigs. Yes, I will link it below on a description box. You can also get these from Takealot, and there are people who are also selling it around. So now I'm going in with a hot comb. I did get this hot comb from Dragincity, but it is available on Takealot and most stores where they sell things they which are used for wigs, and I think about Clicks does also have this. So to further make sure that this wig is laid, baby, this is what you should get. So everything that I've used here, I will put it on a description box, and I will also link which I can find available. So now I'm cleaning all the excess glue using the Porsche M toner and a cotton wool. For my baby hair, I am gonna go in with a mousse, or I do sometimes find a mousse easy to use compared to using the freezing spray for doing my edges, or rather compared to using a gel, because a gel will require cleaning up after, but either way it's fine, depends on what you love. So to secure my edges, I'm gonna put the elastic belt again till I feel like it is what I want it to be like. So now I'm applying a foundation on my shade in my parting. That is because this wig is not bleached nor customized, so I don't want the lace showing. So now that part is makeup, now we're drawing our brows. So when I draw my brow, I follow the exact shape of my brows using a pencil, of which is the same as my brow hairs. So this part is actually in real time, and that is because a lot of people still struggle doing their brows. A lot of people still struggling filling them in and all that. Hope this will help. Now to clean up my brows, I'm gonna go in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This shade is way too lighter than my shade, and that is because I love brows that are super highlighted. Like, I literally love natural brows which are super highlighted. So I'm cleaning like both beneath and above my brow. Now I'm actually tying my hair back, so to make sure that my wig doesn't get stained, because girl, I wouldn't have time to re-clean this wig. It took a long time. Now I'm going in with this Porsche M toner just to clean up my face, as I've been like touching it with my hands as I was doing my brows and my hair. So before I start makeup, I just wanted clean, like I just want it super clean. I don't even want a little bit of any excess oil in. Now I'm gonna go in and apply this Shea Butter. It is from Aesthetics. I love this Shea Butter. I love this smell. I love how moisturizing it is. Usually I found that whenever I do makeup, my skin kind of gets dry. So to avoid that, then I start with these as a paste. So the most essential thing in my makeup is, or even on my everyday use, is a sunscreen. Like, my skin suffers a lot of hyperpigmentations. Like, it just have a lot of problem for me to go out on the sun without a sunscreen. So I then go in with a pore eraser just to minimize the pores on my skin a little bit. Thus, I need this makeup looking slate. So now this is how my face looks, moisturized, and girl, these brows are on fleek. Like, who wouldn't wanna go out with brows like this? Like just show me. Who wouldn't? So now for foundation, I'm gonna be mixing this Pretty Natural foundation and the LA Girl. Both of them are not my shades. I'm just gonna be mixing them to find my shade. As you can see on my skin, I was just trying it out and just making my own. So I am using the foundation brush to apply these foundation. Now I'm going in with a beauty sponge, which is damp, like a damp beauty blender, to evenly distribute the foundation on my face, to blend it out, just to make sure that everything on my face is even. So I also do blend my neck just to make sure that my face matches with my neck. I do have like a problem of which my face is not the same as my neck, whereas the bottom, like the beneath part of my neck, is also like, it's like my neck is the only darkest thing. So now for prepping my eyes, I'm gonna be mixing an eye primer and a very light foundation. I love this method because it makes your eyeshadow pops. Like, it makes your eyeshadow come up, especially if it is not pigmented. So I'm going in with the brush just to blend it out with it. So for my face, I am gonna be using only these Jungle Obsession eye palette from Signature Cosmetics. It cost 68 rand. It is an affordable palette, I must say. So it has this plastic covering the shades. It has a mirror. The packaging of this palette is definitely dope, but the downside with mine is that it came with 2 shades broken, like 2 shades which were a mess. So as you can see, I am doing swatches of this palette. I found that as I was doing the swatches on my hand, most of the matte shades, actually all of the matte shades, were not pigmented. The shades which were pigmented were like the shimmer shade. But then I cannot judge a palette by just swatching it on my hand. We'll just go on with the face so to judge the palette. So now I am going in with the darkest shade in the palette. Well, it seemed like a darker shade on the palette, but when applying, it was not that dark. So now I'm going in with a green shade. So the reason I started with the brown is so that I can add the green on top, so to make sure it is like kind of dark, because on the palette it looks darker, but when we apply it, it doesn't really look that dark. So now I'm actually packing the green color on top of the brown color. So now to blend out the green shade, I am gonna go in with these kind of mint green shade just to blend or to diffuse the edges. We don't want like demarcation lines showing here, so we just have to blend it out. But then again, I found that the mint green shade was kind of too powdery to an extent that it kind of looked whitish, but I don't know, maybe I will feel it if I will like specifically do a look for it, but for now, nah, the look just didn't seem to come together at all. So now I am cutting my crease. I am using like a small angled brush with the light eye primer that I have applied as a base. So again, this part it's gonna be on real time, because one thing is I struggle doing it, so I so believe that there are other people who also struggle cutting their crease. Like guys, my crease, for it to come out good or like kind of perfect, like it is a struggle. So I'm not gonna fast forward this part, we're just gonna keep it as a struggle reference. So at this moment, I still wanted to see my crease darker. I did went back again to the same palette, dip the green and mixed it with the brown, just to get like an outer V or an outer corner that was a little bit dark. So I was just trying to build up my the shade on my outer V, so it can at least look a little bit darker, like so it can be differentiated from the overall eye look. I then went in with this shimmer lime greeny shade. I must say this was the shade that I have loved the most in the palette. It was super pigmented. It is a shimmer shade, by the way. It was pigmented. It was picking up well. Like, it was just simple to use. It was like very, very simple. I have loved working with this color. Overall, for me, the palette was just not the it. For me, it was just not the palette. I only loved one shade. Most of the shades are too powdery. They are not pigmented. But then it's still a palette that one can work with, especially as it is affordable. In this part, you're gonna notice that the camera quality has changed. This one is too bright, so my camera battery died and I have to switch to my phone, and my phone is not of the best quality, and yeah, it is what it is. So prior I have applied foundation, and now I am applying concealer underneath my eyes, my forehead, just on all the places that I want to see them highlighted. Oh, there's this technique that I saw, I think on TikTok, of lifting the eyes. This was one thing that I was trying. It was my first time trying this eye lifting technique, but yeah, it did turn out good. I must say, you'll see it did turn out good. And I apologize for the change in camera quality. It was just a matter of completing this look, because by the time my battery died, I was already in the middle of shooting, so I just had to continue with what I have. Either way, what matters is that you can still see, and I'll still explain with these voiceover. So now I'm just adding a little more concealer around my nose. I really don't know why I'm adding this concealer, but I just love adding it. There's no specific reason of why I add this concealer. But yeah, so now I am blending in the concealer. It is blending quite well, even though it is kind of too bright. So I'm just blending everything out, adding concealer here and there because I felt it's kind of little, but it's difficult for someone to see because already this camera is bright. But yeah, it's just a matter of blending everything out as you can possibly blend. Now to give my face some shape, because girl, it just looked like a round egg at the moment, I'm just gonna contour my face using the darkest foundation I have, and this is the LA Girl foundation. I cannot really remember the shade, but yeah, it is an LA Girl foundation. I will link it also in the description box. I am contouring like my forehead, my cheek, beneath my chin, like I'm contouring everywhere, which will give my face a little dimension. Not forgetting to contour the nose because we want to look snatched. We just want this nose looking snatched and kind of highlighted a little bit. So now I'm just gonna go in with the same beauty blender I've using and blend out the concealer. I think I do need to try a brush with this one because I've been using a beauty sponge, but I have to try using a brush and see. Probably on my next upload I'll be using a brush just to see how it will be like. So everything, as you can see here, it's definitely self-explanatory. It's just a matter of blending until it's perfect for your liking. So now I am using my hand to blend out the bridge of my nose because I just feel like my hands does a better job than brushes. I don't know why, but I just feel like that. So now I'm just gonna use the compact powder to give my face a little bit like kind of natural finish and some little bit of light. So the compact powder is actually from Maybelline. It is broken, so you wouldn't even see where it is from. So now I'm using a darker compact powder over all the places where I have contoured, just to give it a kind of matte, simple, natural finish. Now I'm going in with the darker green underneath my eyes and a kind of turquoise color on my waterline. So I was just trying to give this look a little bit of life. So now I'm just gonna go in with my mascara just to waken up my natural eyelashes. I am not gonna put eyelashes for this look, and that is because, guys, eyelashes can be a struggle, and cleaning the glue after, it's definitely something else. So I'm trying to even out everything using the same beauty blender and just fixing imperfections here and there.
I'm now gonna go in with a setting spray. This setting spray is actually a setting spray from Avon, which I've poured on another bottle. And for my lips, I'm gonna go in with a lip liner pencil that is deep brown to line my lips. Lipstick, I'm just gonna use one of my concealers. I just want a lip that is kind of orangey like, but not too orangey at the same time. For my inner corners, I'm gonna go to the same palette. Today I'm just using this one palette for all the look, so I'm gonna also use it for my inner corners. So to highlight, I am using an Essence highlighter. It was my first time using the highlighter, only to realize that it was definitely not a good highlighter for my skin tone, or rather for this look. I just didn't like the highlighter at all. But then by that time I've already used it, so whining and complaining, it's no use. So I'm also highlighting my brow bones, the top of my lips, a little bit of my forehead, and going in with a beauty blender just to tone the highlighter down. So this is the finished look. Thank you for watching. I love you. See you on my next upload.